available. My item number is 733563. I'm excited. Chad Allen is with me to show everything that we can do with this. Hello, Chad.
Hi, Tina. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to my home. I'm thrilled to be launching the extra large mammoth garden kneeler seat here. In fact, as I saw you preview this a few seconds ago, I was like, that word seat right there, that should say like bench, because this thing is gigantic. So what makes it so special is that it elevates our knees up off the ground, because everything we're doing right now in spring, cleaning, organizing, gardening, planting, cleaning the grout, we're organizing drawers, all of that. We're on our knees or we're seated, right? So with the garden kneeler, this extra large version, it's elevated. So watch as I put my hand underneath here. You see this? There's space, which means my knees are elevated up off the ground. And then they take it one step further with these oversized, sort of generous handlebars, really. And when you grab them, instead of using your hips, your knees, or your back to get up off the ground after a few minutes, you know how difficult that can be. Use the handlebars. Use your arm strength to push you up off the ground. And then at the same rate, if I can get to this level here, to get down to the ground, sometimes we just sort of fall, right? But if I can get down to the handlebars, now I can slowly, gently, easily lower myself down to the ground, to that 2 layers of EVA foam. And you said it best, Tina, that is the running shoe verbiage we use, because it absorbs the shock. That's what EVA foam is. And if you're somebody, I'm going to show you right at the top, if you're somebody who owns our original version and you're like, Chad, what is the difference? Well, I'm going to show you right now live, because I have it right here. I mean, look how small it looks compared to the extra large version. All of a sudden, we've taken you to this gigantic pad, even larger handlebars, and it now is a sort of a bench overall, and you no longer have to buy things like this, because we buy pieces of foam. There's no handlebars, it's not EVA foam, or we buy knee pads and you have to strap these on. And again, there's nothing to help you up off the ground. That's what makes this so special, because as I get back onto my garden kneeler, watch as I get up. I just use my arm strength, not my knees, not my hips, not my back. I'm able to get up. And then just like Tina did in the studio, I'm able to just flip it over, come around and use it as a garden. I won't even call it a seat. I'm going to call it a bench because it's so large.
That's
and
what
wash the tires, paint the baseboards, or really, I mean, I can leave it by the door, take my shoes on and off, or sit by a campfire, Tina. It's really brilliant.
And, you know, this is the new, so if you are just tuning in and maybe you've seen the garden folding seat and the kneeler before and you were like, oh, I wish it was maybe a little bit bigger, you know, the weight capacity was a little bit larger, this is the extra large version. The smaller version is a customer pick. Everybody loved it. This really is the bigger, newest version of that. And it is a 2-in-1. It is we're gonna call it a bench. Chad and I have made that executive decision because that's exactly what I wrote on my card. I said bench because that's exactly what it looks like. But look at this. If you're washing your car, right, and you're, you know, doing the tires, or, you know, you're just doing anything, if maybe you're underneath the sink and you're having to do stuff underneath there and you're in that kneeling position, or you're doing something, okay, let me just talk to my parents. This is gonna be good if you're giving the kids a bath, right? So what do? You're always kneeling next to the bath and you're always having, you know, to give the kids a bath. This kneeler is gonna save you. I mean, there's so many different times that you'll need this, and you will realize that once you get it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm pulling this thing out all the time. I am saving my knees. It's something that is actually nice and cushioned and soft that my knees can be on. I don't have to get them dirty. They're not gonna be in the mud. They're not gonna be in the grass anymore. And I think one of the biggest things people talk about, Chad, is having that help getting down and up. I think that's a huge game changer for a lot of people, because look, I'm no spring chicken. Getting up and down from that position is not as smooth as it used to be. So having any help that I can get, because I make noises now when I get up from that position. It's more like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna, or maybe I'll sit here for a few more moments while I build up the courage to get from this position. Having those handles is a game changer. For $36.95 or 3 flex payments of $12.32 a month for 3 months, you are gonna start to realize, where was this in my life? And the word that, when I went to go see what people were just talking about this in general, the word saved me was kind of used, oh, it saved me when I was doing that, you know, it saved my knees, it saved my body. You know, you kind of feel like I had a little helper, I had something and I don't know what I was doing. This is the green option, first of all. This is what it looks like when you extend out the arms. So this is for the kneeling position. When I have it over here in the gray is what it looks like when you're ready to store it. So when you're not using it, it's not this big clunky thing that you now have to find a new place for it to be. Fold this up, slip it easily into any little area that you have, and pull it out when you're ready to go. But it's portable. Take it with you on the RV. Take it with you in the car. This will go with you, right, Chad?
Absolutely. In fact, there's a lot of customers who have written me on my Facebook page saying, yeah, it did save them. They threw it in the back of their car for the tailgating, the kids' soccer game, the football game, all those things where they just needed that extra seat. And let me just show you, because I know you showed the folded up version. I'm going to try to make this nice and easy for everybody. I'm going to put my hand behind there. Do you see this bar right here? I'm going to do it from behind so you can actually see this. If I lift up on that, it's going to unlock that handlebar. And then I do that to both sides, okay? So I'll do it from behind again. You see this bar right here? This is what I'm pulling up on. If I reach behind and I pull up, it unlocks that. So now I'm able to take it, hang it up, put it behind a door, under a bed, or just in the back of the car. It's very light. This is one finger. I'm able to hold it. It's not a heavy piece of equipment. It's not some sort of heavy bench or anything like that. But I'll be quiet for just a second because I want you to hear me opening it. Ready for this? This is the assembly, by the way. You hear that lock? It locks into place. That's exactly what we want to hear, because if, first off, we're going to sit on something, up to 400 pounds can be seated on this. You want it to be sturdy, durable, high quality. And as I pull it back and get, I'm going to just walk my knees back. Sorry for the awkward position, and put my knees back on it. I want you to notice that if you're just joining us, my knees are elevated up off the ground. I sort of love doing this presentation inside because that green against a dark floor is able to really show off how there's space underneath it, which means your knees are up off the ground. And Tina, you pointed out, save me, the customer pick, all the reviews that are on our original version, the smaller version, but just as great. This is the extra large. It's because these projects, whether we are cleaning grout, washing the dog in the bathtub, gardening, planting, any of that, the reason that people write such great reviews is because these tasks are not 30-second tasks. They're 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half an hour. I'm in my 30s, Tina. I'm not an old man. I don't claim to be an old man, but I'm at an age where I'm starting to hear things when I get up, right? Now I'm at that point in my life where my knees start to crack. I hear a little pop and I'm like, wait a second, what is happening? I'm at an age where I don't even heal as fast. If I like cut my, a paper cut or something, I'm like, what is going on with my body? I'm just at an age where I'm starting to realize what my mom told me would happen. and that is when we do things on the ground or we start to do these outdoor activities, it is difficult after 5 minutes to get up off the ground after cleaning my rims. I mean, it's now I'm trying to try to find an open car wash so I don't have to do that anymore. But as I get on my knees here, I want you to notice one thing. If I need to get up after 5 minutes, we may think that might be difficult, or 10 minutes or 20. I don't have to use my knees. I don't have to use my hips. I don't have to use my back to get up. Why these handlebars are so great is because I'm able to use my biceps, my triceps, my arm muscles, okay? And use my arm muscles to get up off the ground. And as easily as I get up off the ground, I can get down to this position. And if you can get here and grab onto these, then you can use it to stabilize yourself and then slowly, gently, easily lower yourself down to a comfortable position. Do your gardening, do your planting, or even if you just use it as a garden bench, the new word Tina and I are calling this. This thing is gigantic. And if you're really looking to complete your set, you can easily pick up these. I think they're like $7.99. They're the little pouches. You get 2 of them, 1 for each side. And you can add them to your garden kneeler so that you can have all your tools and accessories. There's 4 pockets on those. Oh, thanks, guys. Wow, very fast. Whoa, look at that. That is production value right there. And then I can have a little seat on my garden bench. And if I just use this by the front door, to take my shoes on and off at the end of the day. And then when company came over, I was able to fold it up and put it in a closet or underneath the bed. So my house looked very organized and clean. Imagine having this at the end of your bed or your kid's bed, just as an extra seat when their friends come over and they're coloring or doing homework, or all the places you wish you had an extra seat. You could fit 2 children here. I could fit me and another adult here. If it, but it holds up to 400 pounds can be seated on this, which just tells you you can have peace of mind when you get this home, that it is durable and high quality, Tina.
I mean, we're looking at the video. I mean, we could have just made, B-roll of this for days, showing the million different ways that you can use this. But I mean, camping, fishing. I mean, there was so, many different ways. And I said, when you get this home, you'll start realizing that. I think the first thought you'll have is, why did I wait to get this? I'm so happy I have it in my life, not having to get up and down on my own. This is absolutely gonna be a big winner for IdeaWorks. It's that 2-in-1, it's the kneeler, it is the bench. $36.95, 733-563 is the item number. June on Facebook says, I like the garden folding kneeler. Good job, June, I love that. Chad, thank you for coming in early on Sunday with me.
For you, Tina, I would do anything. Aww. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in with us. I really appreciate it.
Love Chad so much. Well, if you are just tuning in right now, I want